Hi there again. My name is Pastor Greg, and this is Transforming the World. We are talking about the attribute of loyalty, not loyalty to a sports team or loyalty to a particular retail outlet. I know we all got those little loyalty cards. Do you ever see somebody with a key ring that is just covered with loyalty cards? Oh my gosh, that drives me nuts. Did you know you can download an app for on your phone that all those loyalty cards are right there on your phone? I think that's pretty cool. Um, anyway, I'm off the topic. Sorry. Loyalty. We're talking about loyalty to Christ, loyalty to following His teachings. Yesterday we talked a little bit about how we are faced with a difficult situation where we could either remain silent and deny Jesus or speak up and confess loyalty to Him. That's a crossroads. That is where two paths in our life converge. And to show loyalty, we need to take the one that's less traveled, and that is where we actually speak up and demonstrate our allegiance to Christ, where we obey the teachings of Jesus, even though it's not the popular thing to do. One of the things that, if we look at our society and the world, um, our society is very quick to abandon one thing in search of the latest and greatest. Popularity is more important today than loyalty. And I think Jesus understands exactly how difficult loyalty can be. There was an occasion in the life of Christ in his ministry where a lot of people stopped following him because his teaching became difficult. What Jesus was asking was a little bit more than what most people were willing to give. In a nutshell, Jesus says, look, you're going to have to make me the center of your life instead of you being the center of your life. Christ says, you're going to make me the center of life. He says, I'm the bread of life. I'm the living water. He comes along later on and says, no one's going to get to the Father unless they go through me. So those kinds of teachings got rather difficult because it forced people to make a choice. When Jesus does everything for you, why it's, how hard is that? That's not a difficult choice. You're not making this sacrifice. Christ is. Christ is healing your disease, or Christ is feeding you. He's doing all these things to make your life better. But the moment Christ turns around and says, look, you're going to have to stop making this whole Christianity thing about you. And instead, he says, you got to make me the center of it all. That's when it got difficult, because it was Christ was literally asking people to make sacrifices in their life, to choose the path less traveled. And the sad thing is that a lot of people abandoned, a lot of people stopped following Jesus at that juncture. And you read about that in John 6:66. But at that point, as a great mass of people stopped following Jesus, Jesus turns to the apostles, he turns to the 12, and he said, are you guys going to leave me too? And the good news is they didn't. They remained loyal. Question number 5 in the self-evaluation section asks this: when others around me contradict my beliefs, do I join them or resist the temptation? And like I said, there's going to come a time in our Christian life where remaining loyal to Jesus is going to be very difficult. It's not going to be the most popular thing. And others may end up turning away from Jesus. I want to encourage you to stick with him. Just stay with Jesus. Why? Well, the apostles tell us why. There is no other person who can offer us salvation. The apostles confess this. I agree. He is the only one who gives us hope for eternal life. Remember this, that unless we place the fullness of faith in him, the bread of life, we will not experience eternal life. John 6:53. And of course, that's the lesson that made a lot of people turn and walk away. My name is Pastor Greg. You've been watching Transforming the World, and I'll see you then.